What's up guys, Danny with Doodlebug Sports, and today I want to talk to you guys about snap shooting. Snap shooting is a really critical component of your game. Essentially what snap shooting is you're behind cover, and you're going to actually come out, expose yourself to the opponent, take a shot, and hide again, get back into that hidden position. And what you're trying to do is effectively get a ball on the other opponent, so where you eliminate them. Sometimes what will happen is you just want the shot close enough to get them to go in, so you can potentially make a move. Ideally you hit the player each time, but keep in mind also that when you are snap shooting, it can be very difficult to hit an opponent because the opponent may have a post on you where they're out waiting for you to come out. And when you pop out and take your shot, they can actually get a shot on you and hide. So that's always going to be a position that has an advantage. So if you are snap shooting and your opponent's not out, I'd recommend that you stay out so that way you have that drop on them where you can now get a shot off, potentially hitting them when they pop out to take their snapshot at you. And you can still hide right when they pop out so you can minimize the chance of getting eliminated when you're snap shooting. So the other thing I want to talk to you guys about that's been kind of a term used in paintball for a long time is the magic line. And what this magic line is, if you were to take and draw a straight line from where your opponent is to where they're shooting at, that would give you what we call the magic line. When you're past the magic line, that you expose to your opponent. Like, it's just one of those things where you want to be aware of the magic line. That way you can position your body behind the bunker so that you're behind this magic line so that you're safe from the opponent. What that does is it helps keep things like your foot, elbows from hanging out so that you're all the way hidden when you're hiding, and that when you come out, you're going to minimize your exposure across that magic line. Let's move on here to talk about the position that you want to stand behind the bunker. When you're standing behind your bunker, we recommend that fighter stance. So, kind of the stance I have here. You don't want to be tilted out where you're gonna, pop out like this. You want to get your body nice and square to where now you can have your paintball gun up so you can minimize the exposure. It also gives you a really solid base to work from so that you can have maximum control speed and potentially able to make a quick move. I also want to talk to you guys about snap shooting kind of probability. What that means is that if I'm snap shooting, I always want to make sure that I'm going to stay alive. At least 99% of the time, if I'm snap shooting, I'm not going to force the move. I'm not going to force it to where I'm going to snap out into paint. Here's a pro tip from Iggy.
I think I probably shouldn't have stuck my head out there so far.
When you snap out into paint, chances of getting hit are high. Someone just railing the side of my bunker, that's a high chance of getting hit. We're not going to be popping out, but I'm not going to force the snap. I'm going to wait a little bit longer till there's a good time for me to pop out, take that quick shot. If we get paint on the player or get them in behind their bunker, so now I can get that position of dominance. The only time I'm really going to force my snapshot is if I need to make a move. If I'm the last guy alive, say it's just me against 2 or more opponents, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to start snap shooting rather aggressively. And the reason why I'm going to do this is I want to pick one opponent and try to win that battle to get it down to where now it's even. Now, if the game's a one-on-one, I'm going to be actually a little more reserved because I don't want to be the one getting shot in this exchange. 2 or more opponents. Now I need to eliminate one, otherwise those players can spread the field to get around me, pinch me out of my bunker. So another thing I want to talk about is I call it A to B. So position A would be hiding, where you're fully behind your bunker, can't be seen by the opponent. And B is kind of that position where you're going to come out from behind your bunker to where now your barrel is just past your bunker enough to where you can shoot. You don't want to go way past it or you're exposing yourself more than you need to. So B is kind of that, minimum exposure from behind your bunker to take a shot at someone. And what you're doing is basically working between point A and point B. So you're hiding or you're out snapping. And you want to, again, minimize that time that it takes to make that transition. Another thing to keep in mind when you are behind your bunker, your eyes are not on the edge of your head here. If I get closer here, my eye is here, so what I see here is not quite all the way out here. So my mask and stuff is sticking out. So you can't see your opponent, you're positioned behind your bunker, you can't quite see the opponent. You're still probably exposed a little bit, so you do want to get at least 2 inches tighter, that way you're not going to get clipped by any paint. Stay nice and tight in your bunker, that way you don't get clipped by anybody. One last tidbit that I'll leave you with is that if you ever want to work on your snap shooting kind of at home without paint, is you can actually go to a mirror and get set up so that you're right at the edge of the mirror. The edge of your mirror, though, you can use that as your line. So now you get behind the spot on the mirror, you're going to come out to expose yourself to minimize it, and you're basically just working on this A to B position, right? You can do it slowly and build up speed over time. So anyway, I hope that helps you guys out. There's going to be more coming with these videos, so make sure you follow along. We'll teach you about laning, we'll teach you about obviously snap shooting here, we'll teach you about breakout planning and much, much more. So thanks guys, stay with us.